So disclaimer, I am not saying that if you wear these to your fragrance-free office, you will be free of consequences. That is not what I'm saying.
By way of introduction for this series of videos that I'm going to turn into one long video, I'm Yulia Graham, I'm your scent sister. And if you're watching this, you're my scent brother, scent sister, or my non-binary scent sibling. On Fridays, generally speaking, I work in a scent-free environment. The heck is that supposed to mean? There used to be a person who was very sensitive to fragrance who worked in this building, and so they deemed the whole place scent-free. I happen to know that that person no longer works here, and so I take liberties because I'm a terrible person and I'm going to hell.
But I'm going to smell good when I get there.
So I do sneak some fragrances. This all started when I wore Prada Candy for the first time in real life, IRL, and I realized that it is so perfect. So these are what you call skin scents, as opposed to beast mode fragrances. I'm bringing you to work with me every Friday for the next little while, and you can get an idea of the kinds of fragrances that I wear.
When I'm not supposed to be wearing any fragrances at all.
So please don't tell my boss that I am wearing fragrances. This is Sneaky Fragrance Friday. I am in a scent-free building. It's the first snow day of 2022-2023 school season, and so my sneaky fragrance for today is so sneaky, in fact, that no one's commented on it yet, and I'm wondering, is that because it doesn't smell good? Not freaking likely. It's because these fragrances, even together, don't project beastly-y. Today I'm wearing two of my favorites. I don't know if you know this or not, but I wear this almost exclusively when it snows. This is my It's Snowing fragrance. This is the replica line from Maison Margiela by the Fireplace. I need a montage of those sounds, and a text, of course, comes in. I've had this for a couple of years now, and I wear it when it snows, and I've started to layer it with things when it snows because it snows a lot here. I've layered it with fresh cream today. So let me tell you about them both. I would say that both of these are not huge projectors. Like I said, nobody's commented yet, which rarely happens. So by the Fireplace, for me, all I smell is the Gaiac wood, something woody, like a fire has been spent. People also get like a sweet or a nutty thing going on in here. I don't. I get the fire and maybe something sweet in the background, but I am not able to perceive the sweetness. And so today I'm layering it with fresh cream because for me, like I said, a lot of people will tell you that the vanilla in here is extremely sweet, but I can't perceive that. I can only tell you what I smell. And to me, all I smell is that wood that has been burnt. It's gorgeous and delightful. It lasts a long time, but it's not a huge projector. Enter fresh cream, which is where I want the sweetness to come from. So I put the base of this, and fresh cream from Philosophy is a fragrance that people have problems with simply because it doesn't last very long and it doesn't project. So it's a perfect sneaky fragrance Friday scent for me. Fresh Cream is a lactonic fragrance. It's nice and sweet. There's sweet notes in there. There's some florals in here, and together they are a sweet, creamy, smoky, woodsy, slightly nutty in both of them. Actually, I don't perceive the nut in here, although it is listed. Here I perceive it, although it's not listed. That's it. So that is today. I think it's November 11th today, and I am in my scent-free environment. The roads are bananas, so I didn't drive to my other place where I normally work anyway because it was Friday. This is the combination for sneaky. You know where you are? You're on the fountain. Let me show you where you are. You're on the fountain. Good place of work. Okay, we'll see you next week. Shh. Sneaky Fragrance Friday. I'm in, again, the same scent-free building, and I want to talk to you about something that's going to be a little bit longer than every other segment in this one video that's taking place over 6 years or whatever it is. I mean, this fragrance is special to me, not because I've had it for a long time or because I love it and want to wear it because it makes me smell good and gives me compliments. In fact, it's almost the opposite of that. And I'm not even going to keep you curious. This is Serge Lutens, L'Orpheline, which translates into the orphan, but the feminine form of orphan. I told you in a different video that this is what my soul smells like, and I stand by that. This is perfect for a sneaky Fragrance Friday in a scent-free building because I asked my peers, did you smell me as I walked through the hall? Was there any trail? There was not. And then I asked another peer, can you smell, like, does the whole room smell like perfume? And she said, absolutely not. I said, come here, hug me. So we had a nice hug. And I said, does that smell familiar to you? And she was taken aback. She was like, yeah, but it smells like my dad. Mm-hmm. She said, it makes me feel nostalgic. Unbidden. I did not ask her to say any of these things. She said that it made her feel nostalgic and that she thinks that it smelled like her dad's deodorant. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going with this. The second that I smelled this, I had my own primal reaction to this fragrance. I had my own reaction that put tears in my eyes and a feeling welling up inside me of some kind of nostalgia. And I have to thank lovely Lynda Lyons, who has been one of my beautiful friends and supporters. And just, I can't thank you enough for sending me the sample of this and every other gorgeous, generous sample that you sent. I'm shocked by the generosity in this community, and specifically lovely Lynda Lyons. Thank you so much. More than what I don't really want to talk about the fact that it was 2014, that it's Serge Lutens, that I paid $150 for 100 mils on FragranceNet. The packaging is your typical Serge Lutens. I don't want to talk about all of that.
She said, I just did it.
Let's start here. Fragrantica lists 2 notes, and I think that that's a shame. They list musk and incense, and that's a problem. That's a problem because if you think that that's what you're getting, that's a problem. Lucky Scent, though, lists aldehydes, cedarwood, fourgère accord, coumarin, clouds of ambergris, patchouli, incense, and cashmeran. That's leaving out what I perceive as a powdery violet, almost. It's also leaving out the lavender that I perceive, which could be taken from the fourgère accord. There's something spicy in here like clove, but not clove. This is nostalgia for my dad in the 80s. Yeah, I smell shaving cream for sure. Barbasol, to be specific. I smell Menin deodorant. Yeah, it's clean and fresh, but cold and dusty at the same time. It's completely evocative of the poem that I wrote when I was a child. This is the very first thing that I thought of when I sniffed this. I thought of the poem that I wrote as a child, and it went like this. I'm an only child, and so is my sister. That was the end of the poem. That's way too much. This is way too much for the middle of this review, but this is what it is. This is this fragrance. This is what my soul smells like. It makes me nostalgic, contemplative, meditative. I don't sound like I am any of those things, but that's because I'm at work. Like, this is otherworldly, and it is not sweet, and it is everything that I said that it was. An amazing fragrance to evoke everything that I want to smell on a rainy day. When you've got a blanket and you're just ready to feel some feels. I'm not a good feeler. I don't feel well. This is poetry. It's therapy. It's literally, if you could smell my soul, that's what you would smell. Is this too deep for a perfume video? Yeah, it is. Thank you, lovely Lynda Lyons, for this sneaky fragrance because it doesn't have great projection. It's on my clothes still, but it won't be for long. It doesn't last for a long time. It's basically, though, it's a blast from your past And just that. Doesn't stick around, and maybe it shouldn't. Maybe I don't want to feel this melancholy all day. But I do want to feel it sometimes to let those feelings in so that some healing can be done. Yeah, I don't normally get real deep about perfume, but here it is. This is Serge L'Orpheline. It's very shareable, and it smells like shaving cream and deodorant and lavender and powdered iris and childhood and everything evocative of a different time. Yeah, I'm not sure what order I'm going to put this in, but it's another sneaky Fragrance Friday. I am in the scent-free building where I work on Fridays, and I did the check, and this one passes the test. This is Cacharel, Yes I Am. I'll tell you first that it's a lactonic, creamy, sweet, fruity, floral, ambery fragrance that I really like, and I've had it for quite a long time. The bottle is whatever the bottle is. I thought this was going to be a fail because I can smell this so strongly on myself. I have 4 or 5 spritzes on my body and then 3 on my clothes. And I'm at work, and I just asked 2 of my colleagues if they could smell me, and they both said, and they didn't know why I was asking, but they both said that they couldn't. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say today, is that I thought this was going to be a fail because I perceive the sweetness of this one on myself. And until I said, "Can you smell me?" they said no. Then I went up and I went like, "Can you smell this?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, I can." So, and my friend Nat, whom I've spoken about before, she's sitting right over there, but she can't, she said, "I smell grape." Isn't that interesting? Because the raspberry in the top of this, the fruitiness of it, I guess that could remind you of grape. And I remember, because I have the other one, I have Yes I Am Fabulous, and to me that one smells like grape. Well, it could be because the bottle's purple, but maybe it does. Maybe I'm not crazy. The notes in this one really quickly are raspberry, mandarin orange, bergamot, and lemon. The mid is weird for me because I don't love any of these things because it's all floral pretty much. In the amber, there's gardenia and ginger flower, jasmine, orange blossom, and rose. I don't perceive any of that, really. In the base, there's milk, caramel, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, coumarin, benzoin, sandalwood, and amber wood. Now, so there's woodiness in here, which I also don't perceive. I do get the licorice and the vanilla and the cardamom. Dun 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 dun, Mary cardamom. You know I love the cardamom. I really do perceive the licorice in here. But pretty much the thing that got me to purchase this when I tried the sample was the fact that somewhere deep down inside this one is the original DNA of Lulu. They've done something to Lulu that should be against the perfume law. I sniffed Lulu when I was away this summer. Lulu doesn't have even anything in common with its prior 80s self. Lulu now is this animalic, I don't even want to talk about it. There is something in here that reminds me of the original Lulu, which I would love to get my hands on. Not the reformulation, but there is definitely something reminiscent. Because I can't really say that Cacharel has a DNA. I own a few of them, and I can't imagine that there's a DNA there. But having said that, Yes I Am, Sneaky Fragrance Friday. I totally thought this was going to be a fail. It's totally a win. Yes I Am from Cacharel. Fruity, ambery, spicy, warm, sweet, perfect for this time of year. I've had this one for a really, really long time, and I used to just wear it at home, and now I'm realizing home is not the place for this. Sneaky Fragrance Friday is. I'm really glad I have it. I'm really glad that I tried it. It works. Okay, so disclaimer. I am not saying that if you wear these to your fragrance-free office, you will be free of consequences. That is not what I'm saying. Nor am I condoning the practice of wearing fragrance to a scent-free environment. It's not very respectful. And I guess neither am I. Isn't that awful? It sounds awful. I just happen to know that the reason this building is scent-free, or was, and is because there was a person here who worked here who could not tolerate scents. And I know that person is no longer here, and so I take liberties. But I'm trying, hence the series, hence my reunited passion for, yes, I be the last thing you see. It might be the first thing you see. I don't know, because it's over today. It's November, and I no longer care to be sneaky. I want to let my freak flag fly. I want to let my freak flag fly and wear fragrance that people can smell. Do you have fragrances that you are kind of sad that they don't project, but then you found a way to make them work? I found my non-projecting fragrances. That is to say, nobody around me can smell me until they come in right close to my bubble here. That's really useful. It's not something that I want in all of my fragrances, but there are days when a skin scent, that's what they call it, when it's on you and you have to be really close to smell it. There are days when skin scents are where it's at. All of the others that I've spoken about in this series meet that criteria. And that's it for me. No more Sneaky Fragrance Fridays, unless I find a new one, and then I'm coming back. Leave me a comment down below if you sneak fragrances when you're not supposed to. And that's it for me. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today, my scent brother, scent sister, and my non-binary. Scent sibling.